Good evening, everybody. I'm wearing my new pink pajamas. Let's see if I can share this with you a little bit without freaking out. Oh, God, a little bit too much décolletage. Anyhow, I love these because they're really silky, and I can turn over in bed and not hurt myself. I normally sleep in cotton, on cotton, and it's like Velcro. I Velcro myself to the bed. And since my back's been hurting, I've been trying to find ways to make it easier. So, silky pajamas makes it a lot easier. Make a mental note. I've also got my new pink pig slippers that I found I guess I must have found these at Walmart. I love them. So, pink is the theme of tonight's Vlogmas bonus. And, not breast cancer. It's the new pink Ouija board. Well, I don't think it's new, but it's people have been vlogging about it a little bit this season. And my friend Brenda had a few words to say about it, and a few other people, and I just kind of wanted to weigh in on the subject. This thing bothers me, and I'm not sure why it bothers me, or at least I wasn't sure. I think I've kind of got it teased out why it's been bugging me. Either, number one, well, let's do a little background talking. One, either a Ouija board actually works and you can summon spirits or demons or forces from outside of our corporeal world, or two, it's just a toy and it doesn't do anything. Regardless of which of those is true, the thing bothers me. So I'm going to explore that from both sides of the argument. Let's say, number one, that yes, it really does work and you can summon forces, presumably benign as well as malignant. Okay. If that's true, then it seems to me that a tool, let's call it, like a Ouija board, is not something that should be in the hands of children. It's akin to a gun or a bottle of OxyContin or a car. Children, by their very nature, are unevolved little creatures who are growing and learning every day, becoming wiser, becoming more experienced, becoming less selfish, less self-centered. We're all born as we're all the center of our own universe when we're born, and of course as we grow up and become socialized and become adult, we learn how to share and we learn how to do the things we have to do to support our society. Okay, kids aren't there yet. 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds aren't there yet. 14-year-olds aren't there yet. I think you start getting there somewhere between, 16, 17, 18 years old and 30. Somewhere in there you finally figure it all out. But definitely not children. So, if a Ouija board is a real thing, it doesn't belong in the hands of kids. Which isn't to say that children shouldn't know about it. And what I mean by that is this. Let's assume that I were Wiccan, which I'm not, but let's say I were. If I were Wiccan and I believed in Ouija boards and I thought they did what they're purported to do, and I had a 10-year-old daughter, let's say, and I wanted to teach her about this tool, I would be very, very careful with it. I would treat the Ouija board the same way someone else might treat a gun. I would want my kid to know what it is, what it's used for, what its dangers are, what its powers are, what the ramifications of using it could be, what the ramifications of others in my neighborhood or community might be if they knew I were using it or we as a family were using it. I would be very, very careful with it, just like I would be careful with a gun if I were a gun owner with a young child. I think that marketing a tool like a Ouija board, maybe, to children is irresponsible. So that's that side of the coin. Now let's take a look at the other side. And let's assume that Ouija boards are nothing but toys. They are simply something that, you know, we've been using to scare ourselves for all of these years, and and that you can't summon anything no matter how hard you try or how much you believe, and it's just a bunch of hoo-ha. Therefore, using the Ouija board is not going to hurt my child, except the Ouija board's danger is how others perceive it. Others, let's say, particularly religious people, let's say Christians or Islamic people, let's say, believe that it is a dangerous thing, that it can summon bad, dangerous, scary, unsafe stuff, and they know my kid is playing with one. That could put my kid in, at the very least, an uncomfortable position, and perhaps even a dangerous position, depending on how much the other guy thinks my kid is involved with this, and how evil my kid might be, or powerful my kid might be, how much my kid might be influencing their kid. It could cause all kinds of trouble for my kid. We have a responsibility, I think, to, I'm not the only one who thinks this, I think everybody with children thinks this, to protect our kids, not just from themselves, but from influences outside of our home and outside of our community that may put our kids at risk. And that it's other people's perception of the Ouija board that I think would put a kid at risk if the kid were out there playing with the Ouija board in a situation where, you know, believers would see them. So I just think that it is an item that doesn't belong in the hands of little kids. If you don't believe in it and you are able to protect yourself against adults, that means you're an adult too, and you want to play with the thing, whatever. If you can take care of yourself at that point. But a 10-year-old or a 14-year-old, sometimes even a 17 or an 18-year-old, can't protect themselves against the wrath of older adults. So I just think it's potentially dangerous. I'm not going to say whether I believe the thing works or not. It's irrelevant. But I will say that whether it does or not, I personally don't consider it a benign thing. So come back at me and shoot my arguments down, because maybe I'm not looking at all sides of this thing, and about the only argument I won't accept is, oh, just lighten up. I can't lighten up about it because it really does bother me. So I won't just lighten up. But other than that, come back to me with your opinions, whether they are yay or nay. So y'all have a really great night, and I will Vlogmas again tomorrow. Bye.